There are worlds where the sun rises, and there are worlds that glow without it. My world is called Valaris, a city built from glass and stormlight where night never ends. People walk under floating lanterns and shimmering trains of airships, pretending the darkness is safe. My name is Leorin. I am 20 years old, an errand boy for the Skydocks. Every day I carry sealed letters, broken gadgets, and the dreams of people richer than I'll ever be. But the truth is, I was born with a mark I don't understand, a faint symbol over my heart that glows when I'm afraid. Mother used to say it means I'm half blessed, half cursed. She never lived long enough to explain which half mattered. That night, a storm wrapped the city in violet haze. A message came through my comm band, urgent delivery. To the high tower, name Arik Vale, everyone knows that name. The most powerful luminary in Valaris. They say his gaze can command the wind. They say no one survives looking directly into his eyes. I laughed under my breath. Legends are for the rich, I thought. I only need the coin. I didn't know a single look could change the way a soul breathes. The lift rose higher than the clouds. Lightning danced across the windows, and my reflection blinked back at me. A tired boy, soaked, shaking, pretending to be brave. The doors opened into silence. No guards. No lights except the soft pulse of blue runes across the floor. Delivery for Arik Vale. My voice disappeared into the air. Then came a whisper. Come in. It wasn't a command. It was gravity. I stepped forward, clutching the parcel. At the center of the vast room stood a man wrapped in silver light, eyes like fragments of storm glass. He turned, and for a heartbeat the whole city seemed to stop. No pheromones. No magic compulsion. Just the unbearable weight of being seen. You're trembling, he said. The tower's cold, I managed. He smiled, asparely. No, you're resonating. I didn't know what he meant, only that my chest burned where the mark glowed faintly through my shirt. I left the tower with payment heavier than gold, and a silence that followed me like a second shadow. The next days blurred. Every hum of electricity, every whisper of rain felt alive. Sometimes I thought I heard his voice under the thunder, calling my name though he'd never asked for it. You've been marked, my friend Mara said when she saw the symbol flicker brighter. By whom? I asked. By whatever you met that night. I wanted to forget him, but the city itself seemed to remember. One evening, while I was delivering spare parts to the eastern docks, the air split open with light. Arik Vale stepped through a portal, as if it were a curtain of mist. You have something that belongs to me, he said. I only brought a parcel, I stammered. Not that. The resonance, he lifted a hand. The mark on my chest flared, connecting to the crystal on his wrist. For a moment I saw a vision. A sky torn apart, two figures standing where worlds collided. When I opened my eyes, he looked shaken. It's you, he whispered, the missing half. Half of what? Half of the spell that keeps this city alive. From that day I was no longer just an errand boy. Arik brought me to the high tower each night, teaching me how to control the resonance between us. He spoke little, but every glance carried meaning, patience, regret, a kind of lonely strength. The mark burned when we were apart and quieted when we stood close. Sometimes we argued about fate. Sometimes we said nothing for hours, just watched the storm clouds shift below us. The more I learned, the more I saw the cracks in him, a man who had given everything to protect a city that never thanked him. When the storm season reached its peak, the resonance between us became unstable. Arik insisted I leave the city before the final surge. If you stay, you'll burn with me, he said. And if I go, then I'll burn alone. I couldn't accept that. Together we stood on the tower's edge, lightning weaving patterns across the sky. The mark on my heart glowed white-hot. His crystal answered, and the air filled with a sound like thousands of bells. For a moment, everything paused. Rain, wind, time. We looked at each other, and in that silence the whole storm obeyed. When the light faded, the tower was still standing. Arik collapsed, but alive. The resonance mark split into two smaller symbols, one on each of us. The city began to glow again, softer now, as if it could finally rest. He opened his eyes. You saved them. No, I said, we did. He smiled, and tired, real. You still tremble. It's not fear anymore. For the first time, I realized what his power truly was. It wasn't the ability to command storms. It was the strength to meet another gaze without turning away. Sometimes power doesn't come from touch or force or words. It comes from the moment two people see each other completely and choose not to look away. He overpowered me with a look, not a touch, because real power is shared. And in the city of endless night, that shared light finally let the dawn in.